2 student sections. 2 is always better than 1. Underway. And that ball is served well long. There's going to be nerves on both sides. There's pressure certainly on Purdue to perform against in front of another sellout crowd.
I'm sure both teams have tons of adrenaline. We're just going to work through that the first few points.
Gülce Güçtekin, the 5'5" junior out of Istanbul, Turkey, on to serve. She has been the starting libero for much of her career in Madison. Jacoin, first swing against this big block, just keeps the ball in play. Timing not there on the slide for Wisconsin. Orzel, tight set over the top and in front of the defensive McAleer, and Wisconsin strikes first. Yeah, Wisconsin lost their first 3 matches of the year. I mean, look who they played, Louisville, Texas, and Stanford, but they were not healthy at all, and they are probably healthier than they've been all season long, and it showed. West Lafayette. Lafayette's just, I think we're staying in Lafayette. Overpass, and Colvin will take care of it. Tough serve down the line, working on Orzel. Franklin, first swing out of the backcourt, perfect dig. Eva Hudson off the left side through the Wisconsin block. Taylor Anderson wearing number 5 in the gold jerseys for Purdue out of San Antonio. Sarah Franklin dropping a dime right on the head of Furbringer.
And Raven Colvin did not have her hands up defensively. Perfect pass.
Good call, Holly, and very surprising for Raven Colvin, one of the best blockers in the business. McAleer, another very good first contact. There is the speed, and Hudson, a couple of ricochets down inside the block.
Wisconsin has to work on getting to the pin and closing that block. Quick hands over the net, or they're going to get used all day long.
Saw Big Ten first team last year, hitting .404 this year, 1.6 blocks. Phenomenal numbers and way up from last season. Working on Schumacher, that was part of the game plan. Good block touch. Franklin taken out of the play. Right side and hit out of bounds by number 10. That's Devin Robinson. You get 2 challenges to start each match. If you were correct in your challenge, you keep it. Have an unlimited number. Colvin, pretty tough serve, working on Orzel again. Franklin down the line. McAleer has been very good at the defensive and receiving end so far. Güçtekin with the dig. And that ball off the edge and out of bounds. Sarah Franklin, 6'4" in her 5th year out of Lake Worth, Florida, the reigning Big Ten and National Player of the Year. And she's one that's healthy. She had an injury a couple of years ago that we'll talk about later, but she broke her ankle this summer in July playing for Team USA, and it was a long road back. Good first contact. That ball set a little bit off the net. Eva Hudson off to a very good start.
I think that set was off the net on purpose.
There is the setter Anderson, averaging just under 11 assists per set. That's 3rd best in the conference. Schumacher, tight pass. That ball tapped down, and a lucky break that time for the Badgers. It's good to be tall. Carter Booth at 6'7", the junior out of Denver, Colorado, able to tap that ball to the floor. Here is our first look at the service line. What a pedigree Charlie Furbringer has. Father, a 4-time All-American national champion. Star on the beach, Mother Joy, also a national champion. 5'11" freshman. Coming out of California all the way to Madison, and they're very happy to have her. Hudson, just inside the 3-meter line. Here is Franklin. Hudson again going off speed, going deep. Orzel all over that. Dug by Jacoin. Very tight set, setting mistake in transition.
Definitely, you need to keep that ball off the net, especially with Wisconsin. So big, just give your hitter room to swing.
Booth, 52, 6'7". Franklin is the midget at 6'4". Another very, very good pass. Right side to Smrek, wrist away. Very, very nicely done in front of the libero, Ali Hornung for Purdue. Yeah, very good location by Furbringer as well, out to the right pin. And Smrek was another player that was injured in the very early going, along with Julia Orzel as well. That's a reception error by Purdue.
Wisconsin serving very aggressive and going at the libero of Purdue.
You look at the receivers. Chicoine passes 53% good or perfect. Ali Hornung, who is the aforementioned libero, at 44%. There is Furbringer. Good pass by Hudson. One outside hitter setting the other. Ava Hudson looking for a touch, none detected. Purdue stuck in this rotation right now. Their setters in right back rotation number 1. Lourdes Myers is blocked, so now it's a 6-0 run by the Great Wall of Wisconsin.
Carter Booth owning the net, especially in the middle. Purdue needs to move it around.
2 student sections, remember. You might see a lot of good stuff. Furbringer on a nice serving run right now. Hudson goes off speed and misses that out of bounds. So Ava Hudson, certainly a target. Every scouting report has Ava Hudson right at the very top of it. 7-0 run. Hudson now just 3 of 10.
And now Ava Hudson sliding to the left side, and they're going to stack left.
Good first contact. That's a key to get it going. And off the top of the tape and out of bounds. Another miss. It's very uncharacteristic for Hudson.
It is, but for Purdue, they got to get somebody else the ball.
Where do you go to get a side out?
Nobody small wearing red.
Furbringer exceptional from the service line. Wisconsin looking to make it 8 in a row, and they do. Carter Booth hammering out of the middle for the Badgers. Nothing mild about this service run by number 24 in red for Wisconsin.
Incredible. Charlie Furbringer on fire, number 24 in red. Also an excellent beach volleyball player. You talked about her father being a professional, but she spent her summers playing beach volleyball and winning lots of tournaments out in California.
19th ace on the season so far for Furbringer. First contact, but it was double, but legal. Sarah Franklin, number 13, hadn't had to do much. This is the biggest run I've seen all season long, 11-0. And Purdue has been playing. That was no overstatement. They came in winning 6 out of their last 7, playing their best volleyball. Franklin again. Smartly off the edge of the blocks. And a Woolard available wearing number 4 in gold, a very capable attacker on the right side. And finally, a service error, but magnificent run for the freshman Furbringer. Wisconsin with a commanding lead. Eva Hudson goes to the sideline. Franklin. And a block, the first so far. Number 9, Lourdes Myers, getting most of that. Good reception by Orzel. Combination play, and Booth was in the net. So back-to-back points for Purdue. And Kane will continue to serve. Orzel good in reception right now. And Anna Smrek, one of the reasons why Wisconsin has been so hot, she is hitting for incredible numbers, both in front and behind.
Anna Smrek is versatile for Wisconsin. At 6'9", how do you stop her one-on-one in the middle?
You don't. 77% in front, 66% behind. Chicoine, blocked by Booth. We talked about the Great Wall of Wisconsin already with 3 scoring blocks, Holly McPhee. Purdue in all kinds of first ball contact problems. Good hustle by Wisconsin, and this is going to be a break for Purdue. That's an unforced error against Wisconsin. Chicoine. And a Smrek. No approach, but still 6'9" and very athletic and healthy. Cece Crawford on now, replacing Carter Booth. Kelly Sheffield explained how he's going to use 2 middles across the front row as they get specialized. Service missed that time by Sage Damrow. 19-12. It has been all Wisconsin in this opening set. Right side to Smrek, and that's into the antenna and out of bounds. Net violation, ball hit out of bounds. A little bit of a sketchy portion here for Wisconsin. Nothing sketchy about that.
Purdue used to playing defense behind the shorter blocker for Purdue in Chloe Chicoine, but that one straight down.
McAleer again, good first contact. Colvin, that ball did not clear, so that's going to be down on Purdue's side. And the struggles continue, particularly at the offensive end. Purdue hitting negative, which means they have more hitting errors than they have kills.
Purdue has not been able to score out of the middle, and then they're too pin heavy, and then they're predictable for this gigantic Wisconsin block.
Purdue on the season is 4th best in the Big Ten Conference in hitting efficiency at over 280. Right back to Colvin. Hitting .404 so far on the season. Here is Chicoine. Tough serve. Out of the back row. Good block touch out of the middle by Colvin. Orzel, McAleer is there again. That's going to be a net violation.
Easy point for Purdue.
Still a 6-point advantage. Really good reception that time by Franklin. Right on target. Where do you go if you're Anderson? Eva Hudson still struggling. Colvin with a tip. Playing some really good defense is Wisconsin, and better blocking, saving block to keep that play alive for Purdue. 21-16, still comfortable lead for Wisconsin. Perfect pass. What a delivery that time by Furbringer. Wisconsin also well below their season average. They lead the conference in hitting efficiency. They're at 188, but Purdue just cannot get things going. We talked about the block of Wisconsin, and it has been that, as well as the weapons. Julia Orzel out of Poland. She was part of that national championship team in 2021.
Left side position, hitting out of the back row with power.
First missed reception for McAleer. Pretty good set to Hudson, and able to tap that ball down inside. Eva Hudson will figure it out and get things going. Well, and if you're Purdue, you've trailed by as many as 8. You want to get some rhythm and get some momentum and make Wisconsin stay out there for as long as possible. And that certainly won't help. I mean, for as long as possible in the opening set. Colvin going for it from the service line and missed that long, so it'll be set point number 1. Dave Shondell looking to make some adjustments going into the second set. Set point number 1 is mentioned, 24-17. And here is Lola Schumacher, 27 digs for the freshman out of Carmel, Indiana, against Baylor. Right side, Lourdes Myers, high off the block. Here is Taylor Anderson, part of the Big Ten all-freshman team last season. Schumacher, perfect pass. Hudson, off the edge of the block and down. Perfect pass. That ball was set too tight. That's a setting mistake by Furbringer. And Eva Hudson, with some help from Myers, stuffed that ball.
Hudson, left hand on the ball, shuts it down.
Third set point, and Raven Colvin before. Now this ball is served out of bounds.
The first thing that you need to build on, good passing.
Team split their 2 meetings last year, each winning on their home floor. Here it was a very dramatic 5-set win. Off speed, touched by Smrek. Here's Orzel, off speed, right back to you. Hudson up into the block, covered by McAleer. Wonderful play into the middle. Quick play and off the floor by CeCe Crawford.
Wisconsin's defense forcing a down ball.
Crawford, 6'3", graduate out of Lansing, Kansas. Raven Coleman has got a rocket of a right arm.
Raven Coleman is the vocal, emotional leader of this Purdue team. If you're Purdue, you want to get her going.
Dave Shondell told us an interesting story about the emerging leadership of number 7 in gold. Finish that thought after this point. Tough serve. Here to Smrek. And going over the top of the block and down. But to finish the thought on Raven Colvin, whose father was a 2-time Super Bowl champion, Rosie, and a star here defensive end for the Boilermakers. But Dave Shondell said, look, after a match, win or lose, I usually speak for just a couple of minutes. He did his piece, and then Raven Colvin stepped in and said, wait a minute, I've got more to talk about. She stepped up, talked to all of the players about where they needed to improve and work harder.
It was actually Tuesday this week after practice. They did not have a great practice, and she told everybody and called players out, but the team respects her, and they respond to that.
CeCe Crawford now with 605 total blocks. That's the second most among active Division I NCAA athletes. She's wearing number 9 in red. If you're just joining us, Wisconsin ranked number 8, Purdue number 10. Wisconsin won the first set easily after they went out to a big lead. Right side, Myers with a kill as well. Why is the slide so effective for both of these teams? Anderson, good float serve, handled overhand. Beautiful swing. Offensive set by Furbringer into Franklin out of the middle.
Serving for the Badgers, 42, Julian Orchel.
Orgel for Wisconsin. Better first ball contact. Hudson is rejected. Robinson out of the middle, number 10.
Again, able to slow Eva Hudson. The big gun for Purdue.
Coming out to Hudson again, a little more air under that one. Dug by Schumacher, saved that time by Furbringer. Good set in transition. Left side, Franklin going off speed. Good read by Chicoy. Very nice tip. Beautiful recognition by Kenna Willard. 6'1" sophomore out of Dunlop, Illinois. Played 21 matches last year for the Boilermakers. Hudson again, out to Franklin. Dug by Hornig. Franklin again. Chicoy through the block, Orzel. Beautiful center field defense. Both teams working hard, and finally the closing kill by Purdue. Purdue's got to make that play. You cannot give a team like Wisconsin or Pitt or Nebraska or Louisville or Creighton, you can't give them free points.
It's loud in here, and if the setter was yelling help, nobody could hear her.
Damrow again on to serve for the Badgers. Lost only one match so far in the Big Ten season. That was to Minnesota on opening night. Franklin looking for some hands and missed it out of bounds.
A short serve can really disrupt offensive routes. It can take a player out of the offense. Like if you serve Sarah Franklin and she has to chase the ball, it's hard to get back out and make an approach. It can also disrupt some offensive patterns that middle blockers want to run.
Remember the run for Furbringer in the opening set. Purdue needs to get out of this rotation. Good transition set. Chicoin is blocked. Out of the back row again. Good read by Smrek. Orzel. Smrek again. Through the block and down. Mentioned the health. Orzel was hurt. Sarah Franklin was hurt early, and so was Anna Smrek. She did not play against Stanford the beginning of the year. And that is a service ace again. What a run from the line.
Charlie Furbringer has been so impressive for Wisconsin, putting all sorts of pressure on Purdue.
Furbringer will serve for the 16th time here in a set and not even a half. That means she scored 15 points from the service line, or her team has when she's serving. Good pass by Hudson. Nice play once again in combination, getting Eva Hudson, number 17, very, very involved. Chance in transition, quickly out of the middle. Orzel, that ball set too tight. Coming to Franklin, tough chance, another missed set. And Taylor Anderson cleaning things up for Purdue.
Anderson takes advantage of it.
Perfect point about number 5 in gold. Averages almost 1 block per set, which is kind of unheard of as a wing blocker, but particularly at the setting position for Dave Shondell. Two-time Big Ten Coach of the Year, Wisconsin. Kelly Sheffield, 3-time Big Ten Coach of the Year. Here's Franklin. And both teams exchange service errors.
For the Boilermakers, 2
In this rotation, watch Purdue go at Sarah Franklin, possibly short cross court into traffic.
We've been talking an awful lot about Eva Hudson. Chloe Chicoine as well, facing the pressure of this block. I'll give you her numbers in a second. They're not good. Perfect contact by Franklin. Smrek unloading one-on-one.
Anna Smrek with 1 block in front of her. Not going to win that one.
Finishing the thought on Chicoine, wearing number 2 in gold. 1 of 10 with 2 errors. Colvin is stopped. Orzel with the stuff. Crawford back to Smrek.
Indefensible. I mean, incredible high contact point, and you just got to be ready to dig down that line over the block because she's literally snapping that ball too high to block.
As a freshman in 2021, she was the most outstanding player of the national championship. Wisconsin defeated Nebraska. Chicoine out of the back rope. Beautiful dig by Schumacher. Read by Furbringer. Smrek again. Smrek right side. And that ball will fall. On the Wisconsin side, a break for Purdue. Here is Colvin. Tough serve, handled by Orzel. And Crawford, beautifully done by number 99. I'm very impressed with Furbringer. (15-11) is the lead. Gulce Gucikin out of Turkey on to serve. That ball just out of bounds. Schumacher's been solid in reception. Orzel with a throw down and is blocked by Myers, along with some help on the outside from Wooler. 4 blocks now for Myers and Purdue. And the Boilermakers back within 2 after dropping the opening set 25-20. Boy, Franklin is really good in reception. That ball missed out of bounds by Robinson. Here is Orzel. A chance for the tie. Ball a little tight. Orzel tries to push, and she does shove that ball down inside the Purdue block. Let's go back to Heather Cox.
Paul, it's incredible that 6 players on the court today have parents that were professional athletes. 6'9", Anna Smrek's dad, Michael, played 6 years in the NBA, including 2 national championships with the Lakers. You talked about Charlie Furbringer's dad playing pro beach for the AVP. You just talked about Carter Booth's dad. She wears number 52 to honor him. Now for the Boilermakers, Rachel Williams' dad, Calvin, was a wide receiver for 7 years in the NFL with the Eagles and the Ravens. And Raven Cook's dad, Roosevelt, of course, played linebacker here at Purdue, then in the NFL, 2-time Super Bowl champion with the Patriots. Talk about it being all in the genes for these players.
Wow, thank you, Heather. That is a long and distinguished list. And Raven's brother plays on Matt Painter's basketball team here at Purdue. Off speed, Schumacher scrambling. Ball off the edge, better block. Anna Smrek, yes, she's long, and she's very strong and 6'9".
Running their offense.
Number 1 in the Big Ten in terms of hitting efficiency, number 6 nationally. And here is Orzel back to serve. 3 members of this Wisconsin team are national champions from 2021. Horning with a tight pass, and that's going to be a back row attacker. That was a tough situation for Anderson.
Taylor Anderson was in the back row, and she cannot jump up and hit that over the net. She's got to bring it back to her side of the court.
4-0 run for Wisconsin. 19-14 is the advantage. Smrek with 9 kills on 16. Franklin only 3 kills on 17. Timing not quite there, but getting that ball to the floor off the bench.
Timing was off for Wisconsin, block and just a throwdown in the middle.
Wisconsin leads 1-0. They took the opening set. They went out to a 16-6 lead and never looked back. Schumacher has been solid in reception. And Sarah Franklin.
Boilermakers substitution, 17, Eva Hunter, mattress substitution. Discount free. Think Stick Pro.
Working on Hudson. Raven over the top of the block and just missed out of bounds by Franklin. Some unusual unforced errors by number 13 in red. Purdue only siding out at 42% so far for the match. That is not a good number. But give the defense of Carter Booth and Wisconsin a lot of credit. Number 52 with the kill. There is Furbinger, been a real weapon from the service line. 5-point lead for Wisconsin. Blocked again. Carter Booth along with Smrek and Franklin. Double figure blocks now for Wisconsin. The Great Wall of Wisconsin. Here's Chicoine having a tough afternoon. Right side to Smrek. Just out of bounds. Smart shot, but just ran out of real estate. Yeah, that ball clearly out. Smrek now 9 of 17. That was her 3rd inning error, hitting over 350. That ball missed out of bounds. Wisconsin is saying that there was a touch, but the second referee and first confer and no touch detected.
Kelly Sheffield sprinted over to grab that card.
There was a touch after video review, so Coach Sheffield and Wisconsin will have both of their challenges and a 2-point switch and the kill for Sarah Franklin. Franklin now 5 kills on 20 swings, 4 errors. Not a typical afternoon for the reigning player of the year, but Wisconsin is winning this match fairly comfortably so far. Chicoine Really good swing. Booth, dug by Hornig. Purdue trying to get it started, looking for a touch. Very good swing by Hudson. Coin. Franklin ripping out of the back row.
That time, Charlie Furbringer basically had 4 options, 3 hitters in the front row and Sarah Franklin out of the back row. Talk about stress on the defense on the other side of the net.
Well, when you were on the telestrator, you were talking about exactly that kind of opportunity. We saw it again. Here's Schumacher, set point number 1. Good read by Furbringer. Smrek for the set win. Hudson, and not down yet. Great play by Schumacher. Hudson again, speed to the outside. And right inside of Cece Crawford and Anna Smrek. Set point again for Wisconsin, looking to take a commanding 2-0 lead. Colvin has got some real pace and movement on this serve. Orzel dropping a dime. There is Smrek. Dug by McAleer. Ripped by Hudson. Both teams really working hard at the defensive end. Wisconsin with 37, Purdue with 35 digs. Colvin again. Excellent pass by Franklin. Gotta go. Hudson again.
Great players find a way.
3 kills, 3 errors since then. As you might imagine, the All-America Even Hudson is doing work against Wisconsin. Set point number 4. Perfect pass. What a block. Myers out of the middle. Oh, by the way, it's 24-23. Set point number 5. Colvin has been superb at the line. Must serve in. Orzel one-on-one and outside the antenna. A really good run towards the very end of set number 2. Now Chloe Chicoine and Purdue are trailing 2-0. Underway in the 3rd. Tight pass, and that's going to be a back row attacker violation. You talked about it earlier. Furbringer above the plane of the net and in the back row. And Shondell was saying any serve to Sarah Franklin is a mistake. And Orzel there cuts in front. And Anna Smrek leading the way offensively for both of these teams. Now the first attacker in double figures with 10 kills.
But fortunately for Purdue, she's only in that 1 rotation, and then she joins the bench.
It's an interesting point, Holly. You think they'd start Smrek in left front and give her the beginning of the set multiple opportunities. There is Guchtikin. Short serve, tough serve. Diving save by Hornig, and then smartly off the edge by Orzel.
Eula Orzel, 5 kills today, just being effective. We've seen her hit out of the back row, doing a really nice job in serve receive as well.
McAleer right on target, ball tipped to the floor away from Schumacher. And Raven Colvin, who was outstanding from the service line at the end of that 2nd set, will get her first look here in the 3rd. Oh, that was flat and clean and just caught the top of the tape. Service stories so far. Wisconsin has 3 aces and 5 errors. Purdue, no aces and 7 errors. Here is Orzel. Hudson going off speed and rejected. 11 blocks. Devin Robinson getting the job done out of the middle. Hudson wanted the ball high, and Lourdes Myers, number 9, through the block and down.
Using the middles is a big part of that.
Lizzie Carr coming on wearing number 15 at 6'5", a little more size up front for Purdue. Orzel, expert pass. Here's Franklin. Hudson calling for it. Good recycle by Franklin. Back to her by Furbringer. One-on-one. That reminds me of a very interesting conversation we had with Kelly Sheffield about his freshman setter. We'll get to that in a second. Right side, Myers again. Good transition set to Franklin. And Carter Booth, just like her father, a two-handed slam dink. But back to the conversation between Coach Sheffield and Charlie Furbringer. Coach Sheffield asked Charlie, what's your #1 objective as a setter? To get my hitters one-on-one. And he said, well, you know, we've got Anna, and we've got, how about just a really good set to one of our really big and talented hitters? She's very creative. Hudson, off the block and out of bounds.
Their attitude and approach to the game is so different from Charlie's.
Lauren Carlini, a special assistant now on the sideline at Wisconsin. Out of the back row. Schumacher flying around. Good play defensively, and what a rip. That ball's dug, caught the scoreboard, and went to Wisconsin's side, so that is immediately ruled out of play.
If it touches the scoreboard and stays on your side, you can continue to play.
There is Lauren Carlini. Her title is Offensive Analyst and Strategy Consultant. Had a very, very nice visit earlier today at Serve and Pass with the Olympic silver medalist. Wisconsin still all, oh, look out, all over Chicoine.
Wisconsin picks up this ball, goes back to Smrek, and wow, the power, the sound of this ball, even though it's loud in here.
Wisconsin looks like, oh, look, the quality of opponent they played the first 3 matches out, as we talked about. Ace serve for who else but Charlie Furbringer. At the beginning of the season, lose to Texas, lose to Stanford, lose to Louisville, and everybody's scratching their heads. What's up with Wisconsin? They were not healthy. That's a number people are going to remember. It's the second highest total all season long. The other, Marquette at Wisconsin, that was 1584. That was at the Kohl Center in Madison. Errant pass, Chicoine. Big swing down the line for 2 and goal.
It's been a quiet day for Chloe there, but finding a way on that left side going down the line.
15 kills now for Hudson, only 3 for Chicoine. Nice block out of the middle by Colvin. Dug by Anderson. What a very smart shot, but just a little too strong.
Love the idea. She saw the opening in that corner and just pushed it too long.
It's here in the 3rd set, hitting 385. There's Colvin, a good response out of the middle. The lead is 4. Here's McAleer. Short serve has not been very difficult for Wisconsin to handle, at least so far. Oh, big block. Smrek again working on Chicoine. Go quickly to Heather Cox.
Paul, so far out of that timeout, Purdue doing what their coach Shondell asked. He said, without first contact, we can't run our game plan. We can't run the ball to the middle. You've got to get first contact with a good pass. Right now, guys, 58 swings for Purdue's outside hitters compared to just 19 for their middle blockers. That last to receive, they finally ran the middle, but Coach Shondell wants to see a lot more attacking in the middle part of the court.
And Wisconsin's going to take a timeout and check their lineup. Heather Cox telling us at the scorer's table, Wisconsin had the wrong server back at the line. Tough serve. Ace for Carter Booth.
Incredible, just letting it fly. High contact point, lots of pace. Wow.
The first Badger to register an ace that's not named Furbringer. That is the 5th ace overall for Wisconsin. And that ball carries just long. Here's Chicoine. Her offensive numbers, 3 of 18 for errors. Tough serve, good save by Orzel. What a dig by Chicoine. Hudson chopping down the line. Eva Hudson is Eva Hudson again after a slow start. 3 kills, 3 errors to start things out. Very easy serve and a very smooth side out by Wisconsin.
Easy serve, and Charlie Furbringer having a field day isolating her left hitter Orzel one-on-one.
And Sarah Franklin wearing number 13, Orzel with the kill, but Sarah Franklin 61% good or perfect pass. That is a fantastic number. Colvin going behind, Furbringer there with a second contact. Orzel is blocked. 13-9 is the advantage. 2-0 lead for Wisconsin. Looking to make it 9 wins in a row after the opening night loss at Minnesota. That ball out of bounds.
Raven Colvin puts a ton of pace on that ball, which can be disruptive to pass, but missing that one wide.
Chicoine available out of the back row. Myers up front along with Anderson and Eva Hudson. Right side to Myers. Connection not there. Wisconsin defense is. Back to Myers again. Impose their will in the blocking phase, but they're getting on the floor, as is Purdue. Franklin. Right side, Robinson, 2 defenders there, and the ball goes down in between. So many weapons on the side of Kelly Sheffield in Wisconsin. Average pass at best, Hudson. Right side again, good block touch. Coming to Franklin. Not going out to Hudson in transition. And they do this time and rips into the cross court. What a dig by Gutstiken. Hudson again. Dug by Schumacher. What a point by Wisconsin and Purdue, quite frankly.
Number 30 in white for Wisconsin, the libero, is just a freshman, but she is fearless. Came up with 3 gigantic digs in that particular rally to help Wisconsin score that point.
Lola Schumacher, 5'5" freshman out of Carmel, Indiana, 3.7 digs per set. Big lead again for Wisconsin. They really seem to be avoiding setting Hudson. Why would that be their game plan?
Purdue wants to get other hitters involved, so you can't go Eva Hudson every time. They're trying to mix it up to keep Wisconsin's block off balance.
Big lead here for Wisconsin. Remember, they're up 2-0. Into the middle once again, and an unforced error. That ball way too low for Lourdes Myers, and Wisconsin running away with this.
You see Purdue trying to get the middle involved, and that was a gap set. Make that Wisconsin block move. New setter in the match, Allie Shondell. She's a freshman, 5'10", from Lafayette.
There you see number 2 Nebraska, at Illinois, Iowa, then Penn State, USC, and then UCLA in LA. Hudson is blocked. A dominating performance by the Wisconsin Badgers.
I'm really impressed by the way Wisconsin is dialed in. And when you talk about the block often, but their backcourt defense has been really disciplined as well, and we're seeing all-out effort on the floor.
46 digs for Wisconsin, 45 for Purdue. Still going away from Hudson. That ball is touched. Really nice transition, set way out of system. On the slide, Booth, big swing. Coming out to Franklin, ball set tight. Stab by Shondell. Another long rally. Here's Franklin. Good block.
Good block.
7th block for Purdue right now against 14 for Wisconsin. Lowest hitting percentage of the year so far for Lourdes Myers and Purdue was 176 in a 3-0 loss right here in West Lafayette, next door, mind you, at Holloway, to number 3 Penn State right now. They're hitting just they being Purdue at 104. Here's Furbringer. Set the tone from the service line in the opening set. Overpass. Franklin. Oh, what a rip by Sarah Franklin, 13 in red for Wisconsin.
But it starts with a tough serve, and you get that first contact over the net. And Wisconsin, with all their offensive weapons, running a free ball is tough to stop.
Purdue running out of time. Oh, tough serve. Franklin again, ball set a little tight, good recycle. Restart the point. Wisconsin just completely dialed in on Chicoine defensively. Hudson out of the back row and dug by Schumacher, a rare miscue out of the back row by 30 in the libero jersey. Schumacher, perfect pass. A little too low for Smrek. Oh, nicely done to the 6'7". See, instead of 6'9", too low, so she went to 6'7", Booth.
Quick set in the gap. Carter Booth in transition. When they're running their middles, that just so much stress on the block for Purdue.
Pretty good set out of position, but a better block. Smrek, along with Carter Booth, block number 15.
I feel like when Smrek and Booth are up there, set everything either in the middle or on the right side of the court. Let's just avoid her.
Sometimes you can't. Wisconsin, 3rd in the conference in total blocks per set, behind narrowly, here's Smrek again, narrowly behind USC in Southern California. But after this week, Smrek and the rest of the Badgers are going to be #1 in the league and among the top 4 or 5 in the country. Match point now for Wisconsin. Tremendous team performance on an afternoon where Sarah Franklin was kind of quiet, although she smoothed things out. And that ball's out of bounds. A solid road win for Wisconsin and Kelly Sheffield.